everyone, thank you so much for checking out this video. If you're new here, my name is Stephanie and I cover oily skin, hooded eyes, and beauty. So in today's video, I will be testing out the Tarte Shape Tape Ultra Creamy Concealer against the original Tarte Shape Tape Concealer. And for each of these, I will be testing out the baking process and just a light setting. I've been getting a lot of questions from you guys asking me which of the two Tarte Shape Tape Concealers is best for oily skin. Since I do use the original one religiously, I did have to go out and buy the Ultra Creamy Concealer to try it out myself to see if I recommend this one over the original. Even though the original is a beauty cult favorite, a lot of people are saying that it does feel too drying even for oily skin. Now that Tarte has come out with the Ultra Creamy Concealer, people are wondering which one is better. So let's get into the benefits of both concealers. So the original Tarte Shape Tape Concealer claims to be a full coverage, matte, crease-proof formula that will smooth and brighten the under eye area without caking or settling into fine lines and wrinkles. Now the Tarte Shape Tape Ultra Creamy Concealer claims to be a full coverage, natural moisturizing matte finish with a built-in eye cream that leaves the skin looking moisturized but never flat. I tested these two concealers out side by side for 2 days, and day one is my first impression with the baking process, so let's roll the tape. All right, so I'm gonna have the original on the right side and then the Ultra Creamy on the left side. Now I will say that whenever I was trying to find my color for the Ultra Creamy, I swear I did not see the color that I normally get. They are two different colors. This one is just a little bit pinky. It just has some rosy undertones, while this one is just neutral. So that's really the only difference. I will be using a damp sponge to blend both of them out. So let's go ahead and get started. I am going to be applying the original first because that's the one that I am most familiar with. So I'm just going to put a dot like I normally do. I normally don't really need more than just a dot, but if I need to, I will just do one more dot. So I'm gonna go ahead and blend this out. So I'm not going to be doing any eye looks today, so I will take just a bit of concealer onto my eyelid. See how that one dot was enough for my under eye area? I have enough to kind of spread around. All right, perfect. So let's go ahead and put the Ultra Creamy on the left side. Just one dot. So I am going to take the exact same sponge, just flip it over and use it on the other side, so that way there is no mix-up of formulas. This one is definitely a little bit more creamy looking, a little bit thinner. It definitely feels like it's thinner. And there's just not as much to blend out like there was on the original side. So I might need to build this up just a little bit just to kind of match the original side. So the Ultra Creamy side is definitely looking and feeling lightweight, and it doesn't look as matte as the original side, which I don't mind at all. Yeah, as you can see, I didn't have enough to bring it down like I did on this side. I didn't have enough to really put it on the eyelids. So if you look at both sides, you can see that this one's just a little bit fuller than this side when it comes to coverage. I do feel like the Ultra Creamy side was just a little bit easier to blend out. It looks really, really nice. I do want to see how it builds though, so I am going to put one more dot. Definitely buildable, and this is really just blending out so nicely. This is looking really nice. Like this already looks so matte, but then this side, it really looks so soft and almost satin-like. Let's do a close-up so that way you guys can see. Here is the original side. It's already kind of creasing, but I have not set it just yet, but here is how it's looking. I just finished applying it, so it's not going to crease just yet, but the coverage is looking really nice. Now it's time to set the concealer, and I am going to be using my Too Faced Ethereal Setting Powder, and I am going to be baking today because I do want to see how the concealer will hold up with baking. So let's get to baking. Gonna get my damp beauty sponge. Now, of course, I'm gonna bake the rest of my face because might as well. Yes, this is how much I really bake. Now to wait 5 minutes. Okay, so I just went ahead and did the rest of my makeup because this is just about concealer. So let's go and take a look at my concealer. Now that I've doubled up on the Ultra Creamy Concealer, I do feel now that the coverage is pretty much the same. It's just a different color, but that's okay. I kind of like the pink side. I do think it looks just a little bit more natural. So far, I think both sides look great and they are playing well with the rest of my makeup. Let's go ahead and do a close-up so that way you guys can see. Here's the right side with the original formula, looking really good. And then here's the side with the Ultra Creamy Concealer, also looking really good. So I'm really excited to see what this Ultra Creamy Concealer looks like at the end of the day compared to the original formula. So I'll be right back to let you guys know. Here we are 10 hours later, so let's take a look at my concealer. So I do think that they both look really, really good, but the original side definitely kept its coverage. I feel like the Ultra Creamy side just isn't as pigmented as it was earlier today. So I just feel like it faded just a bit. I don't see creasing on either side. So let's go ahead and do a close-up so that way you guys can see. So here's the right side with the original concealer looking really good. I do still have full coverage. And then the left side with the Ultra Creamy Concealer. I do still think that it looks really, really nice, just not as much coverage as there was earlier. Today's day 2, and I've been wearing my makeup for about 10 hours now, so let's go and take a look at my concealer. So just like day 1, I have the original Tarte concealer on this side, and then I have the Ultra Creamy Concealer on this side. And today I only did a light setting. So just like day 1, I do feel like the Ultra Creamy Concealer side has faded just a bit. And then the original side looks the exact same as it did this morning, full coverage, very matte. And then as far as the finish goes on the Ultra Creamy Concealer side, I feel like it just kind of blends in with the rest of my makeup. It's not like super ultra matte or anything like that. It just looks very natural to me. Both sides have not creased at all. I do still think that they both look really good. So let's do a close-up so that way you guys can see. Here is the original Tarte Shape Tape Concealer, looking really good, still very full coverage, no creasing. And then here's the left side, the Ultra Creamy Shape Tape Concealer. You can see that part of my concealer right in this area has faded just a bit, but other than that, it looks really good. There's no creasing with this one either. So even though there are slight differences between the two, I do really like them both. Now, the original Tarte Shape Tape Concealer will always be my ride or die for high-end concealers. This is just basically bulletproof and it will not budge for anything. And I am not one of those oily skin people that think that this concealer is too dry. I think it's absolutely perfect. Now, even though the Ultra Creamy Concealer doesn't share the same qualities, I do still like it for my light makeup days, like when I know that my makeup does not need to last for hours and hours. It's so comfortable and it looks so, so natural looking. Now, with that being said, I do recommend the Ultra Creamy Concealer if you're in the market for a lightweight hydrating concealer because the original is just not for that. Okay, so after seeing the different wear tests, which concealer are you more drawn to, the Ultra Creamy Concealer or the original? Let me know down in the comments below, and if you like this video, please hit that thumbs up and subscribe for more content as I do upload every Wednesday and Saturday at noon Central Time. Thank you guys so much. Bye.